What? F you. Well, that is annoying, isn't it? Damageless Pride Rock was one of the most difficult retro achievements of the game. There are a few other retro achievements that will be about the same difficulty. The ones that will be the biggest challenge in this are Little Roar, It's Our Motto, Little Hairball, and I'm Stuffed, aside from the retro achievement I mentioned earlier, which is called Rightful King. The set was created by two devs at this point in time, GGM and Dissection. Now I know what you're thinking, this game is hard enough to get through, why even attempt it? Well, the simple answer is, I like to play difficult games and the added challenge is fun. Aside from that, I already know how to game the system. As you'll soon see, this game isn't as hard as it's made out to be. Normally I wouldn't even go over each stage individually, but it has quite a reputation. There are a few version differences between the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions as well, one of them being hitboxes. So having said that, let this be a sort of guide on how to conquer Lion King as painlessly as possible with retro achievements. I'm on a journey to master every game I can in retro achievements. It takes a lot of time to master and edit them. If you like these videos, then please subscribe. There are many more to come, and I don't shy away from difficult games. So here are the notable things for each level. Since I get a retro achievement each level I beat, I will not mention those or anything that has to do with progression. In the first level, there isn't much to state. It's pretty simple so you grasp the game. Maybe the most notable thing is a secret, but I'll go over such things later. You get to the top of the level to fight a hyena. It's a pretty simple fight. The hyena jumps twice and wears itself out. Jump on top when he is tired to inflict a hit. 1, 2, or 3 hits KOs the hyena depending on which difficulty you are on. For achievements, you'll need to be on at least normal difficulty. With Bug Toss, I got pretty lucky with a good pattern for 2 retro achievements. There's not a lot to be said other than using your best judgment to get them. Just try to make sure you know your reach for the bugs. That leads me to the second level, Can't Wait to Be King. This level is notorious for being a roadblock to many players, but I'm here to make it easier. There are a few things to note. You don't ever have to jump across the water with the hippo's tails like you'd think. Not in this version. That's right, just climb up onto their heads directly. It's really easy to do. That leaves the next hard part, the ostrich. I'm not sure if it's known or not, but you can jump twice here. The second jump is Simba jumping higher off the ostrich. You can go in between the nests when you jump, but you are meant to jump a second time. Taking those 2 notes down, this level becomes a piece of cake, though timing is still involved with the ostrich. With that level beaten, I get to do a bonus level with Timon, which is a bug hunt. I get 1 retro achievement instead of 2. It's unfortunate, but it should be easy to get later. Immediately thrown into the elephant graveyard, I need to defeat 2 hyenas at the same time. It's easy to get the first hit on both the first time. Just stand in the middle. Unfortunately, I have to wait a bit for them to align again. There aren't a lot of tricks to this level. The only one that I can think of is to make sure to keep pushing jump and going left and right at the geysers. Don't go all the way up as that is a trap. Making it past the stampede is pretty easy. There is a damageless achievement here, but I do fail it. That will be for a later time. This brings us to the next major level, Simba's Exile. This is a strong obstacle. A lot of the level forces you to keep moving so you can avoid the falling rocks, which is the biggest issue of the level. You can outrun everything though if you don't take your time. So, don't take your time. Hakuna Matata is a pretty simple level. The hardest thing here is the platforming, and it isn't that hard if I'm being honest. There is only one part you should struggle with, and that is the part where there are logs coming up the river and falling down the waterfall. Jump on the monkey after he slams his arms down to damage him. Wait. Apparently after all these years you can attack him by rolling into the coconuts. I didn't know that until now. Crazy. Simba's Destiny is a really easy area. You have jaguars that attack you and monkeys that throw coconuts at you. It's just small platforming aside from that. No major tips at the moment. Perhaps more in depth later. Be Prepared will be another roadblock for most, and I'd love to say it gets easier from here, but it really doesn't. The best advice is to take it slow. You have small lava drips from the top of the cave, jaguars and some hyenas to deal with. Aside from that, there are the most annoying enemy, the bats. If you take it slow, you will know what to do ahead of time and avoid the dripping lava. You'll also have to jump the lava geysers. When you make it to the end, you'll need to make a decision between the left and right path to fall down. Fall down left for a checkpoint. Now the most annoying part is the lava ride. Try to defeat the bats while you're on this ride by jumping and attacking. If you miss, stay on the raft and do your swipe attack. Make it past the rolling boulders to the end to end up in an area with lava geysers. In this area, you'll want to stay by the rightmost pillar on the right side. Activate it by going to its side, then running to the wall to the right. Keep doing this until all the geysers are covered or it doesn't activate any more falling rocks. If that is the case, go all the way to your left and jump on top of the leftmost geyser to be shot up out of this level. I do have an interesting retro achievement to get here. I have to defeat 15 hyenas by throwing them. If you don't know, hyenas do respawn when you go from one entry to another, so this is just a matter of time. Now for a specific order to get to the end. First, go through the door on the far right. Jump up and around to the next door. Jump up and around again to the next door. Jump up to the topmost door and enter. Go into the second door from your left. Go to the next door to your left. Climb up and go to the second door up here. Now in the final room, all you have to do is defeat all 5 hyenas. Just like some levels, this one doesn't take much to get through. It is primarily platforming. You have to fight Scar 3 times in all. There are some hyenas as well. The only thing that is different is that there is lightning that strikes the platforms and starts fires. So the tips just become about Scar. Just jump on him to do a lot of damage until he runs away. Do this in all 3 phases. In the final phase, you will want to make it to where he doesn't stop laughing no matter how many times you slap him. Get him to the edge and then throw him off. I know I didn't mention this before, so I'll note it here. To throw, you need to push the jump and attack button on a 3-button controller. If you have a 6-button, then it should just be the X button. What was next on the agenda was going through hard mode and getting what I could. There isn't a whole lot different, to be honest. Knowing all the strats made it easy. With hard, you start with 0 lives, but I quickly racked that up to 8. You start with less continues, but that didn't matter. As much as you probably want to see that there was a struggle to this, there really wasn't. So, pops the retro achievement and I continue on to the next set of retro achievements. That is collecting everything, including maxing out continues. In the first level, you'll want to climb up until you see a porcupine on a ledge by a tree. Roar at it, go underneath and around to grab a health extending bug. You'll want to jump up on top of the same tree to get a roar extending bug. Continue on to where there are 2 lizards. Jump up the ledge on the right into a secret area. Collect the 1-up and roll to your right to get to a hidden area. Further down, collect the continue. When you reach the very top of the level, go to the leftmost tree. On top of it is the bonus bug. That is all for this level. Now to move on to the next level. After the first ostrich run, you'll be in an area with hippos. There is a continue on top of the middle blue hippo. You can latch onto the left blue hippo and go across. Coincidentally, this will get you a 1-up if you collect it on the other side. Once the monkeys throw you across, there will be a 1-up on the way back. When thrown a second time and back across, when you land there is a 1-up you can collect on your left. Just the same, where the pink monkey is at, jump across to get the bonus bug. That is all for this level. In the elephant graveyard, you will come across your first lone hyena. Defeat him, then jump to the upper left and grab the ledge to get this bug. After jumping across here, you can see a small bug sticking out. After the geysers and defeating both vultures, jump down and to the right to get to a hidden ledge. Now roll into a hidden area and grab onto a ledge. Here you'll find a roar extending bug. Be careful not to fall at the skull or you have to go all the way around. There are no bugs in the Stampede level, so that brings us to Simba's Exile. In the second pit you come across, if you go to the bottom and roll left, there is a bug you can get. Do this on the next pit you come across as well to roll into an area with another bug you'll need. Now at Hakuna Matata. Once you need to climb up the side where there are 3 rocks, there is a life you can get here. Fall down the far right area here and hold left to slide down the first and second area. Release so you slide right and then hold left to collect this bug. There is usually a life on the right side of the waterfall, but they don't show up if you have max life. Once you reach the top of the waterfall, jump to your left to land on a ledge. Hang off the ledge to collect the bug. You can also roll into a secret slide area here after the frog. After jumping up past the first monkey in Simba's Destiny, there will be thorns to jump over. Stop after landing and jump to get some hidden items. When you need to free a boulder, don't. Instead, jump on top of it first and jump up to collect a continue. Now release the boulder to continue on. I ended up getting the King Has Returned retro achievement by maxing out my continues. Immediately after, grab the bug behind the thorns. As a note, to get max continues, I had to hope that the minigames with Pumbaa would give those out as Timon was dropping bugs. Near the end, when you need to free the boulder, after doing so, go all the way to your right to find a bug that extends your roar. After a jaguar and a lava geyser, there will be a drop. Instead of moving forward, go to your left and through the wall to find some hidden items. This gets me the retro achievement, Little Roar. I actually had to look at a map to actually find that. When you make it to the dead end, choose the path on the right to fall for extra items at the cost of not being able to have a checkpoint. I get the final bonus bug and the retro achievement, It's Our Motto. In this level, you will want to choose the second door. Defeat the hyenas and choose the door to your right. Defeat the hyenas here and go all the way to your right. Jump up to collect the final health extending bug. This also gets me the retro achievement, Little Hairball. That leaves just a few achievements left. First, I tackle Pride Rock. At the start, run straight past Scar as he jumps over you. Stay here and jump until you get any loop of attacking him. After that is done, it is playing it carefully by slapping hyenas and dodging the fire. You can run past a set of hyenas. To make it past this fire, you'll want to be halfway off the ledge and then jump to your left as far as you can. Now it's back to Scar. Same thing. Jump over him this time and run to the right. Get him back in the loop until he leaves. Walk off the ledge and defeat the first hyena. Quickly get back on top of the ledge so the other hyena follows, or you can just go back up to him and defeat him. Jump slightly before the lightning strikes to avoid the fire and quickly jump up the ledge to avoid the other hyenas. Now it's just ledge jumping up to Scar. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but you'll eventually find a way if the RNG doesn't get you as it seemed to get me. Now for Scar. Keep slapping him. I can say that if he wasn't a slapping competition, he'd probably win. This guy takes forever to get his health down. Finally, after about 4 minutes of slapping, he starts laughing his ass off. I throw him and miss the cliff, so he jumps over me. I jump over him, I slap him a few more times and finally throw him off the edge. I finally earned the retro achievement, Rightful King. For those of you that are wondering, yeah, it was a damageless level retro achievement. That reminds me, there is another such retro achievement back in Stampede. This one isn't really all that complicated once you get used to it. It only took me a few tries before it popped too. It was to die for.
It's to die for.
The final retro achievement was a bit of a challenge. You have to play Timon's minigame, the bug hunt. However, there is a specific minigame level that you want to do this in. I must also mention that you can use level select for these achievements too, except the progressives and collecting of all items. After many attempts, I came up with a strat. You just want to rush it as fast as you can. There are plenty in the third stage of Timon's bug hunt to get this. After all the small time struggle this one gave me, which was probably about 20 minutes, I get the final retro achievement, I'm Stuffed. This is definitely far from the most difficult set that I've done. I've completed other sets that have made me want to throw my controller through a wall, but I do have restraint. This one was really fun. If you know the ins and outs of the game, it is pretty simple. The struggle for most comes from the game itself. Hopefully knowing these little tidbits can get you through this game even if you don't want to do retro achievements for them. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.